Okay, so it's loading. Okay, so I'm gonna start the music over here. If I can get over there. Come on. Okay. Okay. And you can close that window about welcome to the new live stream, whatever that thing is. Yeah, that. Yeah. I don't think I. Okay. Thank you very much. Uh, as we're getting ready to set up the show here. Okay.
Oh my God.
That's who we love and who we serve.
To the American people. I want you to listen to me. I'm going to say this again. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky.
Hey, all right, our sound engineer kind of censored it for us.
James Brown, I tell you, this business is on. My man is on. Check him out. The Godfather told James Brown, said, stay with it and hit it. Thank you very much.
Oh man. Every time I hear him say that, it's like, what a liar, liar, pants on fire. Oh man. Oh hey, man, I just found out some information just before we went on. I was on Facebook because they said we got one new view on our show on Facebook. So I was looking at
Oh,
like who liked and what did they like, right?
right.
So they were saying like the people, and I don't understand it, so we have to probably delve into this a little bit. The people that watch or that follow our page, they like Bob Marley and Eminem, which is kind of an interesting combination.
I like Bob. I
Yeah,
like
yeah,
him.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, I like Bob Marley more than I like Eminem, but
Yeah,
okay,
me too. Me too.
okay. Then it was they watched these television stations, Fox 31.
Okay.
Okay, I said, no, no, okay, I watch Fox 31. Sometimes I watch Channel 7, sometimes I watch Fox 31, but they're all the same to me.
I haven't
Then
watched TV in years.
then also they said Will Smith, and then this other artist, which I don't remember the name because it's just not familiar in my mainstream. Then we're saying like the places that most watch our shows, and I think I can make it more specific because when I got a hold of the list that my district is in, that I'm running for District 5, I got a bunch of other neighborhoods, and so but it pretty much it said Denver number one, Aurora number two, Colorado Springs number three, and then it says Greeley 10%. So hey, shout
Wow.
out to Greeley, and I don't know, somebody's
Shout
out
out
there.
to folks in Greeley, folks.
Yeah. And let's see, Lakewood was 10%. And let's see, I don't remember. Oh, and Longmont was 10% as well. So just some new information. And we got okay, you know how they like sometimes we'll play our music and they'll say copyright infringement. We
Yes.
just got a copyright infringement let go. It was our show that was it was during the Academy Awards and our top 8 songs or something to that effect. And they were
Okay.
trying to say that, our song here, A Little Hater with Wayne Turner, that was copyright strife. And then I sent them the information that it wasn't and how I know it wasn't.
I bet you that
So,
surprised those folks down there. They probably very rarely get their strikes challenged. So when somebody hit them back with the proof that, hey, we didn't break any copyright laws, why, I bet you that
yeah,
kind of threw them for a loop.
yeah. And we, we definitely own that stuff. So, and let's see, I want to check to see if we are, hold on. Okay, I want to see if we are on YouTube because it was supposed to be 7 days
Yeah, it looks like you're up.
on YouTube.
Yeah, it looks like you're up.
Okay, because I wanted to have Jimmy Lee Tillman, but unfortunately he's going to well, not unfortunate or unfortunate for us, but he's going to a campaign speech that just came up Monday or Sunday.
Oh,
So
okay.
so she called up. So we gonna reschedule that for Wednesday.
Okay.
So
Okay. I
we're
tentatively
yeah.
set something out for a possible Wednesday schedule on Facebook. So some of my friends might have seen to watch out for that particular show.
Yeah, and then this DJ, I want to get him on. He's an EDM DJ. He wants to be a part of our board, and it just sounds like he just has a fascinating life. Where if they'll fly him in from wherever he's at to go do EDM music, and
Right.
I just liked his vibe. So I'm gonna see if we can get him on tomorrow night. So he just was I don't know, just an interesting guy. So let's see. Oh, and then D'Angelo. Wait a minute, hold on for a second. Let me see. Let me see if I can bring the song up. Okay, the guy who does this song, Broken Chains, he was missing in action for a while,
Yeah.
and he is now back in action. He's going to be doing some taking some classes, and he's going to start bringing some a new series to our television station. It's going to take a while because he has to take the classes, and then then he's going to be able to rent the equipment for a very 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 low price through public access TV. So stay tuned for D'Angelo T. He's back in action, and he's oh yeah, and speaking of that, I want to get some B-roll. This is a place called Father Woody's, but they now Haven of Hope, and what they do is they help
Changed
people.
their name.
Huh?
They changed their name.
Yes, yeah, to Haven of Hope, and I was always impressed because I would when our radio station, TV station that I was interning for was over there on 7th and Calumet. I would go over there and have free lunch and just sit around and listen to some of the conversations they would have. And Miss K, she would always hook me up because she knows I was a vegetarian, so she would always she would always hook me up, and I would just sit there listening to some of the conversations and stuff like that, and they would let a place where people would go in and take a shower, and they would have acupuncture, they would have little massages, sometimes back and shoulder massages. They would get your ID if if you're trying to figure out how to get your ID, or if you just came here from another city, whatever. And so I guess they bought the building next house or building next to them, and so they're housing them and trying to get them off of drugs, and so just a great place. Father Woody's, now called the Haven. I keep saying Haven of Help of Hope. It's located in Colorado. So I want to get Tanya on our show either probably won't be this week, probably be like next week, and do that because I just want to get some B-roll of what's happening there, so we can run that as the show is going, like in one side of the window. And I don't know, I may have to go out there and get the B-roll myself. But
You have joined us on Innervision FM, and we promote grassroots musicians. We promote recording artists. We also promote businesses just like this one that Johnny highlighted here. And if you want to become a sponsor, hit us up at info@innervisionfm.com, and in the subject line, just include that you want to become a sponsor. In the body, tell us a little bit about your business, and we'll see if we can't make that happen.
yeah.
We do have local Comcast service on channel 56, aired in Denver, Colorado, and that's is
On
that
Wednesdays.
still on Wednesdays?
Wednesday is at 8 o'clock. And I got to see because I thought they reached about 26,000 viewers, but it's
Mhm.
probably more. So tomorrow I'm going to call in and get the official count because it might be more because that was that was something I found out about 6 years ago. No, or maybe more than 6 years ago. And it's probably has changed since people have moved here and an influx of just more people in the Denver area. So I have to check that. Oh, thumbs up! Everybody gives us a thumbs up and subscribe. And we have 1,062 subscribers.
Well, let's
So
praise God. We are over 1,000 folks, thanks to you. And don't forget, when you leave your comments, it also helps the algorithms. In addition to liking and sharing, and subscribing and that kind of thing, don't forget to leave a comment. Tell us
oh
what you
yeah,
like to
definitely.
see,
Yeah.
and that kind of.
Oh, the Tonight Show. I was going to call it something else, but I went to this. I've been doing the 2.5 day fast and then water only fast. So today I said, oh, okay, I'm just going to do like one meal a day within like a 2 hour period, right? Like intermediate fasting kind of thing. And so we went to this restaurant, and my wife says I'm being a little bit picky, and so I said, I just want a salad, no meat, no cheese, no bread. All right? And I thought that was pretty clear. The guy's from America, thinking like he understands what it means. No cheese, no meat, no bread. And so when I get the salad, fantastic, big salad, right? But I
Fantastic.
but I find all these croutons throughout the salad.
Maybe in some people's world, dried bread that's been toasted and seasoned, are no longer bread products. Maybe they're a brand new food group. I kind of like croutons myself, but I understand what you're saying. I mean, you didn't want any bread. I mean, you wanted.
Yeah, if I wanted some bread, I would say, fill it up with croutons. But I put it aside. My wife, she was there. She said, "Oh, I'll take those croutons." But it was like I just hated digging through there and finding I had to pick up this crouton and that. And it's like that's not my job. Oh man! So she said, "Oh, you're being a little bit too picky." But I said, "Come on!" It's like, "Come on!" Oh, so anyway, fantastic. I won't say the name of the restaurant unless they want to advertise on the station. But it was downtown 16th Street Mall, and I don't know. I mean, okay, ladies, was I being too picky concerning croutons in my
Funny
green
fast food
salad?
restaurant this afternoon, and the fast food restaurant that I went to had left their sandwich that I ordered under the heat lamp for a little too long, and my roommate was like, "Well, would you like me to take it back and get a new one?" And I'm like, "No." I was almost mortified. They're like, "Well, but it's ruined. It's nasty," and I'm like, "I don't care."
Oh, how about this one? I was going to I think it was well it was a hamburger place on Colfax and Clarkson. So people in Denver, what hamburger places are in Colfax and Clarkson. Uh, and the lady I was with, she saw this guy scratch his head while he was getting the French fry, and she says, "No, I want new French fries because he scratched his head while he was." I said, wow, I said, I'm thinking like, well, I guess you can't be, if you have an itch, what do you do? If you're cooking French fries, you have an itch, and people are seeing you doing while you're doing the drive up. So he mixed up a whole new batch of French fries because she said I refuse to eat those French fries because he scratched his head
Hmm.
while making them. So is that being like? I mean, this is a topic I didn't really. I put it as a title.
Yeah, you put it as the main title. It's a nice, safe subject to
Yeah.
return to YouTube with, and
Yeah.
to our benevolent overlords at YouTube for allowing us the opportunity to
Yeah.
borrow their airwaves for a little bit. But
Yeah. Well, we
I
got
got
some
to
other topics there too. But I'm just thinking about like, what have you seen done in restaurants that you said, hey, and and then my wife told me, and I would have never known. Okay, since 1970s, we've had this place where had the Burger King, had the Subways, and it was a nightclub, Mexican restaurant, and it was right across from the school from the area campus.
okay.
They leveled the whole thing.
Whoa,
That's
really?
that's like 50 years of history gone.
Whoa, that's
And I,
weird. You
yeah,
you would have heard something about it. I mean, like when
no,
Casa
no,
Bonita was getting ready to close, they didn't. They sure gave that some publicity.
we saw the fence around it, right? We just thought, well, they're gonna put a fence
Remodel.
around us, so
Right,
so the homeless don't set up their tents in there or
right.
whatever. We just thought it could be something, but they leveled the whole place. That
Wow,
that whole history.
wow. What'd she say?
She said they should put a funeral home in there because so many older people live around this area, and that'd be a more useful place to replace with.
That's interesting. So, comments, folks, what have you guys seen in restaurants and things like this that have kind of turned you off and
Yeah.
kind of made it to where you wanted to order another whatever that thing was?
Yeah, I mean hair. People talked about they have hair in their soup. And what was that joke about? And the guy is sitting at the restaurant and he orders some soup, and he says, "Look at this soup." And the guy says, "Yeah, what about it?" He says, "There's a fly in my soup." He says, "Yeah, it looks like it's doing the backstroke," and it's like terrible. It's like, oh man. And oh man, terrible, just stuff. And I gotta tell you this one, the place that used to be the Burger King, it used to be a Winchell's Donuts, and people would have rumors that there was so many roaches in this place, and then they took it over, and I guess they cleaned it up, whatever. But now
Sure.
just to have it level, what if there was any roaches left, just underground? I mean, do they level the whole thing where they kill all those? Because roaches has outlast a lot of stuff.
I hear that they can live through quite a bit. I do remember in 7th and 8th grade science why we did some things to roaches that probably shouldn't even be talked about. I mean, things with freezers and Dixie cups and things. And boy, by golly, they go into a sort of suspended animation when you thaw them back out. Boy, they're ready to rock and roll.
Wow, wow! Could you imagine? I mean, that's some longevity, and
Let me tell
oh man, oh well, yeah. All right. So yeah. What are some of the things that you might have put it in our comment box, and we'll, like I said, we'll answer them in 24 hours. If you put them on D Live, Twitter, which I don't know if we're still on Twitter, I don't know, and some of the other platforms, Twitch, let's see, Getter, Facebook, and we don't answer within the next 24 hours. Info at innervisionfm.com, info at innervisionfm, because we want to answer those questions, but sometimes, I might miss something, so
you. Absolutely.
if I miss something,
We're a 1.5-man operation. Johnny does all the stuff. He does all the engineering. And I sit around and greedily and drink a bunch of coffee. And then at 6
yeah,
o'clock, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Mountain Standard Time, I call into this here number and harangue you guys with my uh,
yeah, it's just,
dubious knowledge.
yeah. So we have fun with this, and we want to be able to be responsible and take care of. And I was just listening to a healthy alternative, Chris James, who does the water fasting
Yeah.
programs, and I guess I think it was either it was maybe a couple of weeks ago they reached their 100,000 viewers, and they got, I guess you get some kind of package
Yeah, you
from.
get an award for that. You get a badge for that.
Yeah, and you get, I guess you could post that or something like that, but it's
Mhm.
like sending you this package and all that kind of stuff. And he's really worked hard. He started, I think, in 2016, and and he said he used to answer every answer, and then he said when he got to be like
Oh, just
50,000. He said
just
he had to slow down, but he's always answered mine. I haven't seen him slow down, because I'll put in a mark and he always answered mine. So, but I'm always the first one. I like to get in the first row, and not wait, a week or so. So congratulations to him for getting his 100,000 viewers. And I gotta tell you, I don't know, should I tell this? Let's see. It's probably making some good money, and God bless him for this. I think if you take like one of his classes, it's between maybe 1,500 or something like that. But there's, of course, there's people out there that afford. Sometimes there's classes for $300. But I mean, you really get his full attention, and
See, that-
him, his
that's very
brother, and
important.
his sisters, and the other people, the herbalists that are part of his team.
I think
So
that's very important. High tech and high touch is great, but there's nothing better than building personal relationships. It holds true in business. It holds true in music. It holds true just about everywhere you go.
yes,
So there you go.
and we have some more fantastic news for you. A judge in Florida has declared that the mask rule is unconstitutional and is going to reverse them on airplanes, buses, trains, and other type of vehicles as a mandatory kind of thing.
Now, I
So
do understand that there are folks that really love those things and do need them for their security. And so it's going to cause maybe a little bit of a stir. And so don't be discouraged because the Biden administration will be here to rescue that. And
yeah,
it will probably go through some sort of appeals process. They'll try to make that stay stick because, or try to put a stay on it and make it stick because the mandates have already been extended, but they
extend it
do
and
plan to
extend it.
have a global summit here in May that deals with the emerging pandemic and future pandemic things.
Yeah.
So, well, there will be some things coming down the
And
pike.
happy after Resurrection Day, and according to the Bandito, Brandon, he was at there was, I guess they do they didn't do it for the last 2 years, but the annual Easter egg hunt
Yes.
they were showing this video, and I guess he had announced that we didn't do it last year, the year before, and the pandemic is officially over. Now, of course, they always have to walk back what he says, so you can Jen Psaki tomorrow will say he didn't really mean that, unless she said it today. He didn't really mean the pandemic, because they always have to walk back. He'll say something thinking, oh, okay, I can say it. Man, it's not like a child. It's not like the government is almost like treating us like children. Like, I don't know. It's like, but he is like, give him his
Huge
little hot dog and ice cream.
Egg
And
roll
he'd be
stuff
okay.
yesterday, that Easter egg hunt and all that stuff. And I saw that our president wanted to have a good conversation with the young ones and and talk to them a little bit. And his wife was caught on mic telling him to stay.
Hey,
She's like, "No, stay."
yeah.
And,
Oh,
I
she
thought,
was also
oh, that's
cutting Mike. She was also cutting Mike. He was supposed to wave at the audience, and she says,
right.
"Wave,"
Wait.
And then he went over to the fence, and one of the reporters was right there, and he started asking questions. And a person dressed up as a bunny, probably was
Bunny.
it, jumped right in front of him and said, "No, no, 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 no," and pushed him away from the. There was just a lot of stuff happening at that Easter Bunny hunt yesterday. So its videos are out there. They're on YouTube, Facebook, and whatever. They're out there. So uh, go check them out. Because it wasn't like some of the audio was kind of clear, but a lot of it was visual. I decided I didn't want to bring it over here.
Sure. Sure.
So it's it's been an interesting weekend, and what would have been a slow news weekend turned out to be a very fast going weekend.
Yeah, I guess there was some memes that have been released for the new iPhone update, and I thought for sure that they were just guys with big beer guts. Ends
Hmm.
up that they are not that at all, but they are pregnant man emojis. So
Oh, okay.
very
Oh
interesting.
man.
We live in a time where science, the thing that we need to be able to trust, tells us that in the future, men can indeed gestate and bring to term babies.
Okay. If you got Apple TV, look up. It's a show called Bewitch, and Darren, I guess Darren was Darren Stevens on the show. He was developing some of the symptoms that his wife was doing, and of course his mother-in-law, uh, she zapped him, and then he started. He was the first pregnant man in the world, and watch the show. I mean, it was back in the 1960s, but that concept has been around for a while. And
Right.
so
Arnold
Bewitch.
Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito come up with a movie called Twins. That was a pretty good movie. Arnold Schwarzenegger was the pregnant man in that one.
Get out. Was that a? I remember that watching that show, but was that the concept with that movie?
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Okay, all right. So I guess there's that jealousy of some guys. It's not jealousy of mine. They want to see how it feels to squeeze out a
No,
baby. I mean,
no, I think that women, I think they need to be honored. They are the ones that hold the power of creation, and
yeah.
I mean, man, they hold so many things that we as guys just don't have. We don't hold them, but we hold so many things that women just, may or may not be able to exhibit. I
Yeah.
mean, the differences between a man and a woman have been known for thousands of years. We can't just throw that away.
Yes. Uh, Last night, no, I think it was Sunday morning. I was listening to this old radio show in 1942, and it's so funny. They were talking about. I didn't know that X-Lax has been around that many years, but I think
Wow.
like these guys are making money. Why don't they just say? Well, I guess they won't make any money. They say, hey, add more vegetables, add more beans, more grains to your diet, and you can end that constipation uh,
Absolutely.
thing. But I was just thinking, like, man, that was here that long ago, and I guess it's still there on the market somewhere. But I said,
Sure.
wow. So I don't know. I don't know. I just this thing that I see in these commercials. Oh, and one program. It was 1942. It was Archie game, the Archie game. It's
Yes.
a cartoon that was in, I guess, late 50s, early 60s.
Yes.
Cartoon characters. Well, one of the characters before it became the Archie game, it was something. It was another family name, and so this kid was asking his dad and mom for some money because he was going to go to a dance at the country club, and he wanted to buy the girlfriend and himself a hot dog, a piece, and a drink, one of
Soda.
those soda. Yeah, 25 cents for two
Absolutely.
hot dogs and and a beverage. Could you
That's
imagine that?
amazing. I mean, back in the day when I was a drinker, and I used to drink quite a lot, and I'm an alcoholic. I'll freely admit that. I would have loved to have been back in the day when you could get a pitcher of beer for a dime.
I'm gonna wait. Let me ask. Google, how much does a hot dog at a baseball game cost? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Come on. Oh,
What's it saying?
okay. So they were selling like the cheapest one is in Arizona. That's $2,
Wow.
and then the next one is let's see. I forgot what. Let's see. Oh, hot dog and a beer. Philadelphia, $3. New York Stadium. It ran off with the New York Stadium. How much? Wow.
So I was quickly computing the markup on that kind of thing, and even at a $2 price for a hot dog, we'll say that's not very expensive. That's okay. But when you stack that up against a 25-cent hot dog, including a beverage, that is an 8-time increase over what they have. The percentage of that is
Yeah.
what is that? That's insane. That's just
Yeah.
insane.
I heard
It's like
somewhere. I don't know if it was at a concert that they were selling hot dogs or hamburgers for I don't know if I heard this right, for $20. I don't know if I heard that right or not.
oh, I'm sure you heard it right. I'm absolutely sure you heard that right. I mean, going to that fast food restaurant this afternoon for lunch, three of us, and it cost almost $40 for three of us. And I just about, how does that work?
I heard at Kentucky Fried Chicken, this guy got a bucket of chicken, and you guys I'm throwing these names out. So if you guys are working at any of these places and you're managers or owners, you come to us and you can advertise on our show. But I heard that for a full 8-piece bucket biscuit, mashed potatoes, coleslaw, it was $53. I heard this about a month ago, and I don't know what city it was, but 50.
Wow.
Could you, could you imagine $53?
I remember paying $8 for what you just listed off not 3 years ago. I remember paying that right before the pandemic hit. $8. Wow.
Yeah. Yes, that's getting up there. I remember when I used to love ice, dairy, what is it? Banana splits.
Yeah.
And so when I was getting it, when I was a teenager, it was 99 cents. And then I used to go up the border, and they were $5. And I said, $5 I can go back to Denver and get it for 99 cents. I guess now, $6, whatever, for a banana split is nothing. And
Yeah.
it's like,
We went to a coffee shop either yesterday or actually, I think it was this morning. And my roommate bought his wife a something or other, and it was a nice cold drink and things like that. But it was eight or so dollars. Shout out to our President Biden for this, and thank you. I love more
just
for
get that sticker, him pointing at that saying, I did that.
Yeah.
Yes.
that.
Yes. Yeah. And well, anyway, I didn't get to one of the topics, but we'll probably say that for another time, because it's just concerning like rehabilitation and redirecting the energy of gang members and stuff like that. We'll cover that again. This was a more funner conversation.
But it's a good welcome back to YouTube and that kind of thing, folks. We were off for about a week, and we're back for a little while. So,
Oh yeah, until we do something else that they get triggered by.
right.
Yeah. So anyway, okay.